Hi friends, welcome to my channel where I've been talking about recovery from alcohol and drug abuse. We've been going through the 12 steps and today we are on step 5. Step 5 is we admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. So in order to do step 5, we would have obviously had to do step 4, which I'm going to summarize right now. Step 4, we list our resentments, and we list why we resented them, and we listed what that affected, our self-esteem, pocketbooks, our security, and so on. And then we did a fear list, and we also did a sex inventory. Now, on the opposite side, our resentments, we were prepared to look at it from an entirely different angle. And we took out the other person completely, no matter, even if they hurt you more than you hurt them, or maybe you didn't do anything, or so you think. But we have to find our part in these resentments. We have to find what we could have done right, what we could have done differently. This is the only thing that's going to make us heal, is we're going to take inventory of our lives and then look at what we could have changed. So when we're doing a 5th step now, you're just going to go over your 4th step with another human being and with God and yourself. So you want to pick somebody that you trust. Most people would choose their sponsor nowadays. In the book, it says that you could choose a priest or a psychologist or a trusted friend. I chose my sponsor to go over my 5th step. And the sponsor is going to help us point out these character defects, because in 6 and 7, we're going to ask for these character defects to be removed. So I am going to read a paragraph out of the book here. So at the end of the 4th step, where we're looking at our part, even if you can't find your part, that's okay. And I just want to read this paragraph that pertains to this, because it says, "This was our course. We realized that the people who wronged us were perhaps spiritually sick. Though we did not like their symptoms and the way these disturbed us, they, like ourselves, were sick too. We asked God to help us show them the same tolerance, pity, and patience that we would cheerfully grant a sick friend. When a person offended, we said to ourselves, 'This is a sick man. How can I be helpful to him? God, save me from being angry. Thy will be done.'" So in the previous pages, I talked about resentments and how resentment is the number one offender for alcoholics. From it stem all sorts of spiritual disease, and we found that it is fatal for an alcoholic to harbor these resentments, and this is a way out of it. You know what? We realized the people that had wronged us were spiritually sick. Okay, so God saved me from being angry. You know, this prayer has saved me in so many instances where I could have been really angry, but you know what? I let it go, because like I said, this person could be spiritually sick just like I am. And I know that in my life, I have been forgiven for a lot of shit that I did to other people, and lying and stealing and cheating, all just to get my alcohol or drug of choice. So if we can do the same for other people and not harbor these resentments, you're going to be better off. Now I'm going to get back to the 5th step here. So again, we're just going to go over our 4th step with somebody that we trust. And it says here, In actual practice, we usually find a solitary self-appraisal insufficient. Many of us thought it necessary to go much further. We will be more reconciled to discussing ourselves with another person when we see good reasons why we should do so. The best reason first. If we skip this vital step, we may not overcome drinking. Trying to avoid this humbling experience, they have turned to easier methods. Almost invariably, they got drunk. Having persevered with the rest of the program, they wondered why they fell. We think the reason is that they never completed their housekeeping. They took inventory all right, but hung on to some of the worst items in stock. They only thought they had lost their egoism and fear. They only thought that they had humbled themselves. But they had not learned enough of humility, fearlessness, and honesty in the sense we find it necessary until they told someone else all their life story. So this step is vital. It is vital to our recovery to admit these things out loud to another person. My fifth step, I went over it with a sponsor, and I had a list of character defects about this big. But you see, it's not about like putting ourselves down. This is just about doing an inventory so we can see where we are and we can, get better from it. Like I said, in 6 and 7, we're going to ask God to remove these defects of character. Okay, so one more thing I want to read you on the fifth step. It's near the end here. It says, we pocket our pride and go to it, illuminating every twist of character, every dark cranny of the past. Once we have taken this step, withholding nothing, we are delighted. We can look the world in the eye. We can be alone at perfect peace and ease. Our fears fall from us. We begin to feel the nearness of our Creator. We may have had certain spiritual beliefs, but now we begin to have a spiritual experience. I mean, how great does that sound? Guys, our secrets keep us sick. Okay? When we have these secrets and we harbor these resentments inside, these are the things that get us drunk every time. So let's get through these steps. Write a 4 step so we can get to the 5th step. And next time we're going to talk about 6 and 7. Thank you.